Sound the gifting panic alarm! You need to find the perfect gift. You have zero ideas and you don't know where to start. Relax. Now you can use gift mode on it.
Alright, go ahead and get this stream started. First off, whoops, I think I am echoing. Hold on. I need to... Jeez. Okay. There we go. Should be fixed now. So I'm going to go ahead and get this thing started. Multiple days of severe weather. Starting out with today, we have a small slight risk in Ohio. A little bit of West Virginia there. Tornado potential is very low. Only a 2% chance of tornadoes within 25 miles of a given point. Wind is only 5%, and then hail is what's driving that slight risk with the 15%. Discussing that today, we'll look at some of our short-range models here. So stuff is already, looks like it's starting to pop up over here. As we go throughout the day, that's going to continue, and it'll finally die out. As it moves out of those states, we may have some more stuff popping up back behind it eventually. I think that's what's going to be driving that severe threat issued by the National Weather Service, or the Storm Prediction Center, rather. So what I'm really focused on is Monday. I'm going to go ahead and go through what we can expect for tomorrow, though. We do have that smaller tornado threat in Missouri, a very, very large marginal risk for, and then the tornado threat, Missouri, Illinois, mainly, part of Indiana, and then wind, same place, and then hail all the way from Nebraska and Kansas through Missouri up into Iowa, over into Illinois, all the way over where we're seeing that stuff today, over into Ohio, West Virginia. Day 3, this is what I'm most concerned about. We have a huge enhanced risk, or level 3 of 5 risks, with a 30% hatched risk, or a significant severe weather risk. This is going to be driven mainly by hail, but there is also a high potential for tornadoes and damaging winds. So it's something we really have to watch, and that's what I'm going to be discussing. So that same system that was producing stuff back here in Missouri is eventually going to move further off to the east and cause more severe weather here. The tornado potential has died down a little bit since we have gotten over to this, or since it has moved out east. the main threats with this are going to be, you know, damage or damaging winds, hail, and a few tornadoes are still possible with this, but I don't think it's going to be as great as a tornado risk as it is back here. With this, the greatest tornado threat I think we could see is, let me pull out my marker real quick, is back here into Oklahoma. That's where I think we're going to see that greatest tornado threat. And then maybe expanding that a little bit into Missouri as well. Maybe that southeast corner of Kansas there. Could also see a higher tornado threat. But with this, we will know more as we get closer. Still 3 days out, but looking at it, where's GFS? Looking at it, we have what I like to start off forecasting with is the upper levels of the atmosphere. So this is the jet stream. If you've ever ridden in a plane and you've caught turbulence, this is what you're running into is the jet stream. It's the upper level winds of the atmosphere. So looking at it, we have this huge trough or dip coming in, and that's going to move in, starting to move over the Colorado, over the Rocky Mountains. Once it gets to here, in this general vicinity of the Colorado and the Rocky Mountains in here, it is going to create a low pressure system. That low pressure system is going to move across with the straight line winds, and that's what's going to be causing our severe weather back here. It will also bring up moisture from the Gulf. That is a terrible line. And colder air from down here. When those two interact, that's where you're going to get your more significant severe weather. So as it moves in to the Central Plains, it's going to bring, obviously, that moisture. There's going to be some colder air that comes down from Canada. That's not what I meant to do. And it's going to be causing that severe weather. Looking at the future track radar for this, precipitation. Obviously, you can see it's causing some snow and maybe some heavier showers back here in California, Nevada. See, there's already a low pressure system associated with this, 997 millibar, which is low, and that's eventually going to die out as it moves back over the Rockies, over Colorado. As I said, there's going to be another low pressure system, 991 millibar. It's going to cause some more snow back here. On the back end of it, and as that moves into the plains, it's going to start causing our severe weather. So this is Central Standard Time is 6 hours behind this here. So Tuesday at midnight would be 6 p.m. on Monday evening. So things are going to start kicking off, I would expect, around 9 a.m. Missouri's going to start seeing some of those general showers, maybe a couple rumbles of thunder with those. And then that is going to move out. And then the other system that's going to be more intense, more severe, is going to move into the region, really start causing that more severe weather. As we go into the evening, it is going to ramp up, and then once it moves east of Missouri, kind of dies out back here with the tail around midnight on Tuesday. As it moves east, it's going to become not as great of a tornado threat. Like I was saying, there is still going to be the wind and hail. As it gets over back into this region here, there could be some more energy in the atmosphere for those tornadoes to get going. Well, again, looks like we could have some more showers, maybe some snow back here into Kansas. So that's something we really have to be watching for. Maybe some ice in there too, some sleet. And then with this system, there's this right here, the second, or the, I guess, really the third round. You're going to have a round Monday morning, Monday evening, and then again on Tuesday morning, early morning. This isn't really going to be severe at all, just some general rain showers, maybe a couple of heavier downpours embedded with that. That's eventually going to move off. Going to cause a bigger snowstorm with some possible lake effect snow up here. And that will move out to sea and not bother anyone. Going through, this is something else that we kind of have to watch going into Sunday, April 7th. As we could have another trough coming in, causing a severe weather outbreak here. It is still too far out to really determine what exactly will happen with this here, but it's something that we have to watch very closely in the coming days up until the event happens. And it's spring. We're in a pattern of severe weather over and over again. Right now, I'm not too confident about this one. Conditions aren't looking real great, and it is still far out. So it's also something that we have to watch very closely as we get further to it. But this is off in fantasy land. This is not close. So what for tomorrow? Where HRRR? There we go. The HRRR is I think the most reliable shorter range model that we have. So going into tomorrow, on Easter, which happy Easter by the way, everybody, if you celebrate it. We're gonna start having those. Let's actually zoom in on this. That's not what I want. So as we zoom in on this, we're going to have those storms start popping up over here. 6 hours behind, so this would be about 11 o'clock a.m. Central Time. Those storms are going to start popping up, move south. They aren't looking real severe at the moment right now. I think everything will stay in the I-36 corridor, kind of north of that. But if you are south of the I-36 corridor, that does not mean that you are in the all clear. You still need to be weather aware, and make sure you have a reliable way to receive weather alerts and updates about this. So that's going to come through Missouri, Iowa, Illinois. That's what's going to be causing our marginal risk. Looks like another round could move through. That's going to be our first round of severe weather that we're seeing, which is, I guess, 3 and 4 a.m. On Monday. Would it be about 9 and 10 p.m. on Sunday? So I want to take a look at our composite reflectivity quickly. So as you can see, you have those storms popping up over here. Scattered storms. And then a more widespread area of storms as we go later into the night, later into Monday night, later into Sunday night, and early Monday morning. So taking a look at our lightning flash density, I honestly am kind of curious. Okay. So taking a look at our lightning flash density with these storms, as you can see, you do have these storms up here around 11 o'clock a.m. on Monday. And then you're going to have those, around 11 o'clock on Sunday. Holy moly. My days are all messed up for whatever reason. And then Sunday, you're going to have that more widespread line of showers and thunderstorms roll through Sunday night into Monday morning. I do want to go back to the Euro model and kind of see what it is showing for this region here on our severe weather on Monday, which it is in a run right now. So we will look at the previous model run and see what it is showing. I want to go to our precipitation type here. And as we drag this out, showing the severe weather Sunday, and then Monday, the slow pressure system that's coming back from Colorado will move across and really get those storms going. Very huge line of storms, which this is matching up with the SPC outlook. Whoa. So that just updated type stuff. Okay. So there is now a slight risk issued for tomorrow in parts of Indiana and Illinois, and that is going to be driven by hail. All right, well, talk about an update during the stream. So Sunday, I guess I was trying to show you this. Sunday, the line of storms that we see here, or excuse me, Monday, holy cow, man. Sunday, the line of storms that we see here is really matching up with the risk that the Storm Prediction Center has put out, a level 3 out of 5 risk. I'm going to go over to our severe weather, look and see how much shear we have here. Actually, I need to open a new tab because I want to look at something. Yep, welcome in everyone. I'm just now pulling up chat. SPC does mention that surface boundary across Central Mo will have the highest tornado threat. You are correct with that. Looking at our bulk shear, we are going to have that more quite stronger shear back here into central Oklahoma, or I guess all throughout Oklahoma, not just central. Spanning all the way across Oklahoma. Shear is really what gets those tornadoes and those surface-based storms. Backside snow from Midwest. Yeah, I'll look at that in a minute here and tell you what I'm thinking on that. But shear, especially when you're having southwesterly winds and southwesterly flow with this, that's really is what's going to get your supercells and your tornado potentials going. So, looking at our dew points, Where's it at? So for dew points, we are going to have pretty good dew points, which that is something we have been struggling with this year when it comes to weather, is a resurgence in moisture, and that has been kind of limiting our severe potential. But both the GFS and the Euro have been pretty consistent and pretty agreeant with each other on a good return in dew points, higher dew points and moisture resurgence. So that's going to start on Sunday. Give our severe storms on Sunday something to work off of. And then on Monday, it's really going to start picking up mid 60s dews, 60 to 65 dews everywhere. Even 69, possibly 70 down here back into Texas, which is crazy. That's not something that you see that's not something we have seen really this year. So definitely something to watch. We could have a potential severe weather outbreak coming soon. Looking back at our snow, let me zoom out. National, continental U.S. Looking at our snow for the Midwest. I need to go to a previous run of this, so I have a little more time to work off of. So definitely, like I was saying, there is going to be colder air coming down from Canada, which is going to come around on the backside of our severe weather here, along with the moisture, and that's what's going to be causing the spin in the atmosphere. Now, as that colder air does come down, it is going to cause some pretty, maybe your heavier snowfall, and then as that goes on, we're going to obviously have some lake effect snow going on. Looking at snowfall totals, total snowfall. That is not what I want. 24-hour snowfall. So the total snowfall that'll be associated with the system, we're already getting some back here in California, almost 2 feet in some places. And then as that moves out, we could even see 2 feet back up in here, which I think this is overdoing it a little bit. I think we could see maybe a foot to a foot and a half at most. And then with the lake effect snow, obviously that's going to be locally heavier snowfall in some places, 15 inches. But I think most areas with this are going to see 5 to 12 inches, maybe even 15 in some places, 16, which I do think that is a little bit high. That's eventually going to move off. And then the next system, it's going to bring some more snowfall back here. Severe weather in the west, snowfall in the west and severe weather in the central United States. It's March. We're transitioning from that winter phase over to that spring phase. But be sure you are staying weather aware, whether you're having snow or more the severe weather. Make sure you are staying tuned to your local news stations, National Weather Service as well. Keep in touch or stay tuned to them. Make sure you have an action plan ready to go for the severe weather and the snowfall. Make sure you have, with the severe weather, make sure you have a safe shelter to go to. If you live in a mobile home, check with your local city or county authorities and try to see if they have a list of where your storm shelters are. Community storm shelters are. The GFS is showing snow in Wisconsin. Do you think that might happen? Let me take a look. Snow in Wisconsin, definitely, yeah. I want to take a look at our temperatures. Wherever... Oh, here we go. I skipped right over it. So temperatures for Wisconsin, we're going to be mid-30s. I think that might be a little high. Minimum. I was on maximum. I did not realize that. So yeah, temperatures at freezing, below freezing up here. And that will start causing our snowfall. A few inches, maybe 6 or 7 in some places. I want to look at, let's look at the 24-hour snowfall with the GFS since we've already looked at it with the Euro model. So yeah, 5 to 6 inches back here in California, kind of showing the same thing as the European model did, almost 2 feet of snow, showing a little less, 3 to 4 inches less than the European model did. As we move out behind this system, the cold air, it's going to cause some snow back here in Nebraska, South Dakota, up here in Iowa possibly. 9 inches, I think that is a little excessive. I think we could see 2 to 3, maybe 4, maybe 5 locally. So less than a half a foot of snow in those places. And then obviously once we get that lake effect snow, we are going to see some locally higher totals. About a foot and a half of snow. So what the Euro was showing. That is all I have now. But thank you all for tuning in. Make sure you have, once again, multiple ways to receive weather alerts. Actually, I do want to take a CSU Severe Weather Outlook. I do want to see what the CSU is saying. When I checked back before the stream, before I started streaming, their day 3 was not showing anything significant with their tornado potentials. Yep, thank you for tuning in. You have a good day as well. So hail probability, this is showing, so 5% tornado probability, 15% hail, 15% wind, which is what, that's going to issue a slight risk, which I think this is underdoing it. Now looking at our other deal here, it is still showing that moderate risk. So I'm kind of confused on to what it's doing. It is an experimental model, so it is going to have some ups and downs with it. But we'll see. Day 2, still showing, it's showing a slight risk as well, just like the SPC did. And for today, not really much going on. Day 4, let's take a look at that. Yeah, so it's showing it's showing a bit of a higher risk. It's showing an enhanced risk, or an equivalent to the enhanced risk that the SPC will have. So level 3 out of 5, which I think is very possible, which could be driven by hail. So that's all I have for you all today. Thank you for tuning in.